Everyone, Andrew here from Popcorn Film Reviews. It's 2:15 in the morning. I'm just getting back from watching Amazing Spiderman or whatever it is because I'm tired now. Overall thoughts on the film: it's very good. Plot did seem a bit confusing at times, although I'm pretty sure you geeks who like the Marvel comics and stuff like that will clarify any missing points, whatever thought on the film or couldn't understand. The film itself does have a spoiler at the end, so just a warning that I'm going to reveal the spoiler at the end of this review. I'll probably put a 30-second delay in or something like that, but basically the spoiler comes up. It's probably a 15-second clip at the end of the film. It's about 30 seconds into the ending credits, just for warning in case you need to sit down. I didn't watch the rest of the film. I didn't watch the rest of the credits, so I don't know if there's any more after that. But overall thoughts on the film: usage of 3D wasn't too bad. Obviously the sound quality was amazing as usual, because you would expect with a 3D cinema. Surround sound cinema, sorry. The visuals on the film were good. Plot wise, it kind of falters a bit from the what I remember to be the original storylines of Spider-Man. You do get some new acting from Emma Stone and was it Andrew Garfield? Can't remember. Yeah. But basically the storyline, what I remember in the original ones, is like what you get with Tobey Maguire when he stars as Peter Parker. Obviously he goes to Oscorp and he's bitten by a radioactive spider, which ends up giving him obviously spider-like powers where he can crawl walls and shoot webs out with his wrists. Where this one progresses along the storyline of how he became Spider-Man was his father, Richard Parker, was working with Curtis Collins, who happens to be the Reptile, for those of you who don't know. He was working with him to develop a cure by not genetic splicing, but combination of genetics from mammals and reptiles into humans. Basically like the reptile, the chameleon or whatever, can lose a tail and it grows it back. So they were looking into doing that, and then obviously it basically goes on that Richard Parker died in the film. But progression on the storyline when it runs through it is that Richard Parker is he creates a formula which essentially strengthens the sort of chemicals which makes it work, basically, because they're looking at combining I think it's the spider web to make it stronger with genetics. But that's where I feel it lets down the film slightly, because Peter goes into a room and he's bitten by a spider, which I think is given the genetic splicing. It shows it later on that he gets the powers to walk up walls and obviously his reaction time and strength and stuff. But instead of going into developing webbing from his wrists, the webbing is actually it's basically developed by Oscorp. It's in little capsules what he builds into his wrist. I don't know whether that's from the original Marvels, if it was like that, where he originally developed from superpowers by actually just making normal webbing in his wrist, or if it was from the spider. But obviously it's slightly different from the storyline, and I feel that sort of knocks it off slightly, because he gets bit by the spider and gets his powers, but using another power to shoot webs, he's got to make it from his wrists. Other than that, the film's not too bad. I would recommend watching it again. You get Curtis Collins, who's the Reptile. Obviously he's a huge motherfucker. You get Emma Stone is the essential Mary Jane, which is Gwen, the daughter of the captain of the PD, and obviously Peter Parker, who's I'm sure it's Andrew Maguire, his name. I'm gonna have to look it up now. But yeah, it's an alright film. Scenes is good. It's got a good constant plot. It's about an hour and 45 minutes long. I think that's all for now. Just trying to think if there's any more. The rating I'll give it is 9 out of 10. I'm not going to knock it down for anything else I would knock it down slightly for usage of 3D, but there were some scenes in the film which is good 3D as opposed to the rubbish you get nowadays. But I can't really think of much to knock the film down for, so my rating's going to be probably 8.5 to 9 out of 10. I would recommend watching it again. So I'll pause it here, and then what I'll do is I'll give it about 30 seconds and then do a spoiler review. Alright, if you want to continue seeing what the spoiler is, it's basically at the end of the film, about 30 seconds in, or a couple of spoilers anyway. At the end of the film, obviously Spider-Man wins. It's pretty much going to be, as you guessed. There's only a few things in the film that Peter Parker's identity is revealed to a lot of people quite quickly. Obviously you get his aunt, can't remember what her name now, Uncle Ben's wife, whatever her name is. I don't think she knows his identity, but she kind of works it out. You have, he reveals his identity to Gwen quite early on, and obviously her father works it out, who's the captain of the PD. At the end of the film, they defeat Reptile by releasing their antivirus against his mutation, which turns him back to normal. But Reptile does kill her father and tells him to promise to stay away from Gwen, because obviously any baddies of Spider-Man is obviously going to be attacking her. So he says, yes, I will promise. And then when you get to the end of the film, he basically, what it runs into is it could lead more for Mary Jane or Gwen, sorry, that he will one time be with her again, because he walks in the classroom, the teacher says don't make promises you can't keep, and then he whispers to Gwen that those are the best kind. And as for the spoiler in the film, 30 seconds into the ending credits, you have Curtis Collins, the Reptile, goes into a police cell, and then you get a sort of, not a ghost, but like a paranoid schizophrenic vision of someone in the room with him. I don't know whether it's Osborn or supposed to be Richard Parker. But basically he goes, did you tell him, if I remember right? And leaves it as that, but then he disappears. So I'm not sure if any comic book fans can actually clarify that, or if those who understood the film a bit better. But otherwise, 8.5, 9 out of 10, good film. Worth watching it again. And I'm obviously going to look forward to seeing some further films this year. Expendables, obviously Dark Knight Rises, because that's going to be a good one. G.I. Joe, The Bourne Legacy, I think it is. It's also the one who starred as Hawkeye in Avengers, and it looks like they've done a really good choice of actor for him. I also want to see Abraham Lincoln and Vampire Hunter and stuff like that. So hopefully you enjoyed the review, and I recommend watching it. But yeah, one more thing. I had a private showing in the cinema. Booyah!